is Carl Weasley.
Weezer.
Carl Weasley? That if Carl Weezer was in Harry Potter as one of the Weasley siblings, oh my goodness.
Jish,
I would have went
I
to
want
see
you to
that
know.
shit in
I would watch it instantly.
Jish, I want you to go down in my stream and look at the little thing I added to my stream. Do you see that you are currently #1 overall for my bits? Y'all gotta chill yourself. Like overall, you can see overall how many bits you have now donated in total. I want you to think about your life decisions and how you. So when you're looking at my stream, scroll down. You'll see. You'll see down at the bottom, right there, Jish Mayo bits. You can see session, week, month, all time. You are currently #1 all time. You need to chill. Oh my gosh. I also need to figure out, I gotta get this chat bot in here because I wanted to allow Autumn to have some Pokemon some Pokemon to play. Oh, you can't see it on the phone, yeah. Yeah, I found a way to add, like, you can catch Pokemon. Like, right now I have a Noibat and a Froakie. Yeah, I gotta get a chat bot. I don't know. I don't know where it is. I gotta figure out where I go get it.
There, it turned on normalization, voice clarity, and
Alright.
noise cancellation.
Now, go eat a chip.
No. My stomach has been fucked up. If I eat something at this rate, I'm going to
Eat
die.
saltine crackers then. It won't get fucked up.
Also, you know what? I'm not gonna bitch about my computer or anything today. I'm just gonna enjoy D&D.
You're not gonna bitch about your wonderful computer?
No.
I'll give you one complaint that can last up to 20 seconds.
It will take 2 seconds. My
One,
CPU
two,
just fucking jumps randomly.
3,
There we go.
4, 5. That was like 5.
Shut up.
You failed the test of 2 seconds you gave yourself. You still were within Ryan's parameters. The DMs.
I just needed to say that.
There it is. I guess water shouldn't be my name. Fire. Next will be Earth.
Okay, so I don't know if anybody has played this game, but in Far Cry 5, there is a side quest where it's something to do with like cows and their privates being eaten, like cooked and eaten. I feel like that's gonna happen in Udon today.
Okay. I don't know what you think we're doing in the city of Brass.
Far Cry 5, that's all I have to say.
I don't know what you think we're doing in the city of Brass, but I hope
I
to
don't
God
know.
it's not that. Anyways,
Same.
I do not think maybe our dwarf will be joining us later. I don't. However, he's back watching the lady anyways. So I think I will start. Is everyone here?
Yep. Tiff, you alive?
No.
Tiff's not here.
So, last time we left off in the city of Brass, you guys did a lot of shopping. A lot of stuff was bought. A set of armor that took a very long time. A lot of deciding, a lot of...
Look, finding armor that fits
Pondering.
Grimfoot is not easy.
However, your rogue also bought a very, very nice cloak. Very nice find in a fiery city. However, some gun parts were also bought. I don't remember what Azra got off the top of my head,
Azor was given some gun parts.
but I thought she bought something.
I could be wrong.
It was
She
something
probably did.
small. and I do not remember what it was. I know
It
Grimford
was
got some
the
stuff.
earring, Ryan.
The
And
earring,
I
okay,
bought
yes.
the earring and one other thing.
That's right.
I'm trying to remember the second thing. It's in my sheets. Just give me like 2
Well, yeah,
seconds.
that was the earring. The earring was the sending
Yeah,
stone.
didn't she also get a sentence?
Oh yeah, I got a
Well,
one-way
no,
sending
the earring
stone.
is paired to the sending stone.
No, I got 2 different
It's a
things
one-way.
though.
Oh,
Or I didn't
What's the
have
earring
it
then?
set as an earring because I already have a ton of earrings. I got that as like a bracelet.
okay.
Let me
What's
see
the
if I
earring
can. One-way sending ring.
Okay, yeah.
Which
Serpent's
is just
cuff.
her way of yelling at Grimfoot.
Ah,
Oh, the serpent. Yes.
Josh.
That's right.
I got a
However-
teapot.
You
Two
got
of
a
you,
Turtwig starter, Glenn? Motherfucker. How did you get that lucky? I'm sorry, Ryan.
No, it's okay.
I got fucking Froakie, and I don't like Froakie.
Two of you, Hundor and Z, went to go make some gun part and some other weapon parts that would need to be enchanted later. However, it is very nice adamantine great axe.
Si, senor.
However, after finishing, smelting, doing other things in this forge, you were almost pseudo-ambushed as you were about to step on one of the many boats in the fiery canals by Z's older brother, middle child. And he definitely harassed the two of you. Said some mean things, and also invited you to coffee. I think it was coffee.
Correct.
Tea. Maybe it was tea.
It was. I
It was
thought it was
coffee.
coffee.
It was coffee.
It was tea and then it was coffee because Hunor doesn't drink tea.
However, Hundor maybe correctly decided to decline the offer. And you all went back to, or the two of you went back to the market area. And at that point, you all were together and deciding what to do, if I remember right.
We were deciding on how we were gonna get to the place we need to go because it's all
There's your
rats.
options. Then we have the stealthy route and then the loud route.
We also
There is no loud route. We have to do it stealthy.
Okay, never mind. I don't know where I got the loud route from. Probably just my barbarian brain.
that makes sense.
All good, Josh. All good. I understand.
So, did I not join the watch together? No, it just.
I don't know, but you missed out on some great vocals.
Damn it.
Oh.
I thought I closed that.
This is the wrong watch together.
I apparently closed the tab despite the fact I'm still hearing the music.
Huh.
That's a first.
I joined back the
Ew, I don't
vocals.
want an ant Pokemon. Shish wants it. What do you need, Graham? Why 808? No, it's not. 345 is country music.
So, Mr. TM, I don't remember exactly what it is, so may I roll a history check to see? Was there any differences between the, wait, my hands, my camera's not. Is there a difference between the routes we can take? I don't remember if that's a thing.
Roll me a charisma check.
Thank you.
Because there's... You saw the city of Brass, but seeing a city map is completely different because buildings get crashed, buildings rise in that time, they change into bigger buildings, they get reduced down to smaller buildings. So moving through this city, especially since I don't remember where you guys got your map. Did you guys get your map from Z's parents' place?
Z is the one that provided the map.
Yeah, so, okay, if that was the case, then their map would be
Out of date.
out of date. Especially one that she would have probably stolen. So,
That really smells.
just roll, yeah, so you're kind of just talking to people instead. If you want to try and intimidate them, you can,
No.
but yeah, I didn't think you would.
So
roll me
just
a flat.
charisma?
Unless you
or-
have a charisma stat, like
No, I don't.
persuasion or deception that is higher, but I'm
No,
pretty sure
it's
it's...
just,
yeah,
no,
but-
it's just, I don't know. Not proficiency in it. A 16, I got a 14. These dice are blessed. I'm bored.
what was in code?
16.
6 moves, okay.
16, I rolled a natural 14.
So what are you asking? Because I will say that succeeds into talking to one of either slaves or maybe a rich merchant that you can catch the eye of because you have a lot of rich stuff on you and you seem like you have money, so they're willing to talk to you even though you're a mentor. Somehow you're talking to someone who knows something about the city.
Well, it was mainly just me trying to remember if there's a instance, because we were shown 2 ways to get in there, correct? I was wondering if there's any, like, differences between those 2 areas.
Okay, got it.
We're not
So-
going to that right now, by the way.
Yeah. So
To the 2 areas?
Yeah, we're not going to one of
I know.
those right now.
I know, but I still want to know.
All right,
What
I
they
just
look
wanted to
like.
make sure.
So, because you rolled high on your check,
Alright.
no one is going to rat you out to the guards that you're asking something about the
Cool, I would
furnace or the
fucking
charcoal
intimidate them
castle.
if they did that.
However, the big thing is the barracks, the main barracks of the city that holds hundreds of thousands of Efreet and other denizens of the creature or of the plane of fire, is on the northern
Before
side.
when you get here,
And that was where one of the entrances were.
So if you want to deal with the free, we go
So
there.
over here,
Oh, go to the
If you
south.
see this, it's very close to the north side.
Yeah.
So potentially you might have to worry about reinforcements
pay for it.
if you go or something happens or you try and use that way to escape. Don't think you would, but yeah. And the southern side, that is where a lot of things are discarded out of the southern end. Whether that be lava, waste, things that the army has no need of. Other things like that. That is where the boats mainly travel from. As you actually talking to some more people learn, there is a underground lava canal system which they travel through the city under it. There is a giant pool of lava under the city. Except with many different caves and tunnels.
Okay. So,
However,
may I...
those, the ones that are under the city you'll learn, are very heavily regulated. You need to know someone to be allowed past this checkpoint, basically, or you need to be a
Invited?
freak that is of high standard.
Well, sadly, I'm a free high standard, and that's not the
Yes.
most hard one I know of. So, just... I'm going to recap from my tiny small brain. The north entrance is more heavily guarded, so they're more likely to get reinforcements there. And the south side is less guarded, but it's more environmentally unsafe. Is that the sum up?
Maybe.
Maybe.
That's what you
Okay.
learned from talking to those random either merchants, slaves, or otherwise. However, that did take up a little bit of time.
Okay. Well, how much more time do I have?
I don't know. When did Z's sister say that the meeting was happening? She only gave you a duration. Because there's no really set time.
Let me just just plug this, hopefully this SSD that has the information in a Word document. No, we have to do it today. Or just pulling out his book of notes he has, trying to remember shit. Yeah.
What do you know?
Well, since my SSD doesn't want to work right now, may I roll to try to remember? Because I don't.
Ask a party member.
Hey guys, when should we be there?
Beware.
Do our plan. My notepad is missing.
Isn't it a giant notepad though? How do you lose something that big?
It's Hunter. Are you really going to be asking that question, Steve?
He's usually pretty good about keeping his stuff.
Now, you see, I wouldn't tell you, but there is a stain on my note page
Okay.
blocking
From
the
the
exact
time
number.
from the time of the meeting, which was at 6 this morning, she said you have a day and a half. 6 this morning, a day and a half.
I knew
Yeah,
it wasn't
use
this
those that
thing,
time.
because I was willing to use a spell to go handle the rest of the stuff we needed to handle.
However, you have a good amount of time, but there is still a time limit, so I'm just telling you to keep track.
Tomorrow, at like 6 p.m.
Yeah, that's not bad.
So, as we were discussing, should we sneak in or should we turn into clouds?
Well, it would depend on how comfortable you are in sneaking in.
Not clowns, clouds. There's a D at the end. I don't have my retainer in.
Sounds like your own problem. Just saying.
Well, I'd rather do the cloud option. As a point that was brought up not too long ago about our conversation, despite it feeling almost like an entire week, we discussed that there was a chance that some of the higher ranking guards might be able to see through things like invisibility and such.
Yes, and this would allow us to... Well, I'd say be above, but in that specific area, they're likely in the sky too.
Time out. I do have a quick question before we continue on. Did I go off and talk to those people, or were the party in earshot of what I heard? Just to make sure. You know
if
what?
you want them to know, they can
I
know.
will just basically say that I told them once I got back 2 entrances and the pros and cons, possibly. And then there's also the canals, but that's even less likely of an option.
Okay, but we already decided which entrance we were going through.
Which one?
The one closer to where we're leaving from.
He's just gonna give a thumbs up. I don't remember which entrance that is.
We're this is the rough area of where we're leaving.
Okay.
And then there's this big entrance. Which granted, it's not a straight shot. We have to go around or find a way over a wall.
Or through the wall with my axe.
I don't think your axe is going to do much to the walls of the city of brass.
I should have made it a hammer.
I don't think a hammer would do it either.
But the reason it's animatine. I get fucking advantage and maybe auto crits on.
You don't
Items?
think the walls are magically reinforced? Or at least reinforced to prevent someone from doing something just as you're proposing?
Just trying to think of options, I guess.
Plus, we probably don't want to be breaking down the walls because that'll immediately send a response to the guards that we're trying to avoid being caught by.
If our plan goes perfectly, which it won't,
But does
I'm
it?
dead.
we will get out without having the guards chasing us. But again, it won't.
I feel like we need some positivity training.
Andor, do I need to,
I think you're the only
Sure,
positive person in this group, Joey.
Why do you think I say positivity training?
well, I would be more positive.
Grimfoot's
But I will remind you of Exhibit A, Hundor, trying to sneak into the hideout and how it went out the window within the first few seconds.
All I'm
We're
saying is Grimfoot's a realist that leans a little bit more in the pessimist. Azur's straight pessimistic as hell. And Senka is a pessimist, but if you met her father, it makes sense.
No,
And-
Senka just prepares for the worst because that's what she's had to do. and deal
Exactly.
with.
Oh, I mean, it's not like Hundar's naive. It's not like he's like, yeah, magic, rainbows, unicorns, everything else of that shit. No,
Oh.
No, it's just because he has an unbreakable will, and that's
Exactly.
what he. What
Exactly.
Autumn says she votes Hundor starts required daily meditation.
I mean, here he kind of does sometimes, pray to his god.
I just want to
He's a
point
pseudo
out
paladin.
how wrong it is for you of all people to try to point out a lack of optimism.
You want a rat-a-tata? You want a rat-a-tata? You want a rat?
Are you saying that because just what I
Thank you,
am,
Jizz.
or
Andor,
yes?
how many pep talks have I had to give you just for you to have enough confidence to do something?
I would like to state I have annoyed that
What was the
too,
last time?
Autumn.
Well, I mean, before we
I have
came.
annoyed
Right
that and a
before we
Frankie.
came here.
Okay, so today's one of the good days. Or is good and bad days.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
All I'm saying is you guys decided to come here. I did not choose this.
I feel like she's just trying to put the blame on us if we fuck up.
100% I am. And when my sibling inevitably dies or is in further enslavement, and I am too, I'll thank you guys.
Why would you put that out there? It's just, You cursed it, Azra.
I told
Why?
you, if it came down to me or my sibling, I'm throwing my sibling at it, you
She's
guys,
already
and telling you
stated
to get
this.
out.
And that's not
My
happening.
sibling can live with the trauma that comes from it and continue the unending cycle, but until that happens, who cares? So positive. So
Okay.
positive. Isn't that right, Penny? We're positive here.
Mhm.
So, everyone has their moments.
And you
yes,
definitely
we
are,
can all
Jish. I don't
have
think
our
it's a
own
competition at
ideals,
this
our own
rate.
beliefs. However, maybe, just maybe, if I at least try, maybe it'll boost a little bit of our confidence. Maybe something to get us through the fucking day.
I have
That's what we're
confidence
talking
that
about. I'm
this is gonna
confident
go
we're going to
completely
succeed.
wrong.
Hondo, are you a tall glass of alcohol?
I feel like you're about to say something, and it's gonna. Why? Why you say that?
Answer the question, yes or no.
I feel. I don't know if this is a jab at me, not trying to be an alcoholic or not. You know what? Yes, I will try to be the party's shot of liquid courage. Is that what you're trying to say?
Who said we needed courage?
Oh my god.
You were saying about us getting by the day, and I told you what gets me by the day, and asked if you were it.
Let's be real here, Jish. I just want 2 more
I
followers so I can
probably
say I hit
not be.
100 already. I'm like right
I don't know
there.
what gets you by the day, Senka. Sorry to say.
Right there.
And you haven't been paying close enough attention.
I've been a tiny bit busy. Sorry. Or maybe not, huh?
Not busy enough,
Ah.
but that's besides the point.
Not busy enough. Who got you your gun parts?
I mean, Z and I can have a conversation about the lack of busyness when you 2 are alone.
Oh, that is some bullshit.
I'm used to it at this point. I'm used to it at this point.
Are you, Z?
Z, what did we do last night?
See, I know I could get you a 3rd in there.
No. You
I'm going to go to one of the very nice ice houses in this city because all of you are way too damn hot right now.
Oh, Z, we're only a fraction of as hot as you.
Also, yeah, you guys have been standing out in this heat now for a while. Kind of getting painful. If you're not moving, staying in one place kind of sucks.
Autumn called it a thruple.
Anyways,
Thruple.
we should cool down
Thruple.
and then make our move.
Well, so in soccer it's called a treble, like 3 trophies. It's called a treble. So it's kind of like a called a treble.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
One of these days, I'm gonna get a small window capture on specifically Discord. So that way I can relive Ryan's facial reactions to the things that are said. Because
This is just Bard. This is just Bard stuff.
Okay, but I'm
Bards
sorry.
are meant to, literally, bards are meant to break DMs, and it's amazing.
And other players.
And you play Azra really well.
Thank you. I still think my favorite moment was yesterday, though.
Poor Akio. Anyways.
Oh, Rockio.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm fine. Or he's fine. I'm not Akio.
But yeah, it's getting really hot. If you're not moving, it's getting really hot.
Oh, so we're gonna go cool down.
Y'all
then
are
we are
so
going
sweet.
to enact this plan.
Trying to get me to 100.
Sounds like a plan.
Absolute fucking sweethearts. Of course you did.
DM thinking.
Grimfoot,
Oh no.
roll me a nature check. Anyone can roll. Actually, anyone can roll a nature check.
Okay, good, because I'm not passing this.
Cool, I'm gonna do it just because I can. And then I'm not gonna tell anybody if I pass, and they all fail.
Nice.
Never mind, I might have passed it.
I
A
definitely did.
natural 20 for a total of 19.
So, I'm just thinking about how the gas spell works. If you're going
16.
to attempt to use it to go to the next area, right? That's what the plan
The
is.
Vindvok, yes.
That was the plan.
Well, our plan's to go to the plume and make sure we have our escape set up. But yes, we're planning to use it to cross the
that's
city.
the one.
If this is where you tell us it's not gonna work, I totally called it.
No,
Damn it.
if you go into that very cold area and cool your body down, the second if you windwalk out of it or go into heat and then attempt a windwalk, you are all going to be very cold air in this city. And
Yeah, then we're gonna move super fast when we get hot.
Huh. Somehow I've learned the laws of thermodynamics.
I'm just saying, you rolled pretty high on it, and Grimfoot's wisdom,
Grimfoot
I
do
would
it.
say, would kick it forward.
If
Because
it
you've-
was a wisdom
been-
check, it'd be a 25 total.
You've also been in this spell near a volcano, so you've kind of felt the difference of cold air and hot
It
air.
just wasn't that big of an issue there.
Yeah.
Right. On second thought, maybe we should just become clowns. Not here, though.
Alright.
Well, glad we figured this out beforehand.
Okay, remember to follow this time, Hondo. We need to find an alley or something. Although, like, any alley here is gonna be occupied as well.
Sure.
Where does one go to simply turn into a clown?
Maybe the designated cloud area?
Never thought I'd hear this ever. Or does one simply go to be a cloud?
It's the smoking area.
Turn into a cloud.
It's-
Turn into
it's-
a cloud.
You know, like in
I
like
mean,
amusement
technically, it'd be the
parks.
plane of air. That's where you go to simply drift like a cloud. There's gotta be some place around here we can find that doesn't have a lot of people, or specifically
Someone roll me an
guards.
investigation check for whoever wants to look.
Alright.
Z will roll one too, or give someone advantage. She
Well,
has a pretty high check.
well, can I get that advantage then?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, good. I mean, it was
That-
still a nat 1 for 22, apparently.
It's because it auto puts it to
Uh,
the 10.
It's okay, mine was a nat
What
one
is it?
too.
Yeah.
I rolled a nat one
Okay.
as well.
Yeah, you can find an area. You actually find an area of probably someone who's homeless. However, they're not in it currently. So you just kind of stroll up to it, and there's a lot of kind of fabric and tarps that are pulled over. And I assume you're not going to rile through anything, but you can find a very kind of calm area that doesn't have anyone in it, as has some cover.
Alright. Clown time. It takes me minutes, so keep an eye out.
Or
Well,
just
keep an eye out.
do it
Um,
all.
Everyone roll me a D100.
I want the homeless guy to wake up and Azra to start gaslighting him.
Okay, 90.
90?
90?
Hopefully
Okay.
that's good.
This is the second day in a row I've had to roll a D100.
Yeesh.
Yeah. Okay. You do get the casting of the spell off.
I'm a cloud.
Are we all clouds?
I need everyone to roll me stealth checks, though.
Okay, okay.
Oh,
Okay,
hell
Well, I already
yeah.
got my natural one out of the way, so hopefully we won't get another one of those for a little bit.
So, quick question
Woo.
about clouds. I'm guessing they don't give us anything. This is our actual stealth.
No, it's just your stealth. Not the greatest, but good for
Jesus.
Grimfoot. A 17.
I also got 17.
28.
27.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You see two kind of. Oh, actually, roll me a perception check too. Just everyone as you're traveling across the city, but right now, for something specific.
I got another natural 20 for a 29.
29.
Okay.
13.
Either I assume you'll point it out to each other at some point, or you know,
23.
somehow it'll get to all of you. But I'm just gonna say, you see two Afreet guards, and you actually see a very kind of circular, but kind of also like sort of like ethereal kind of ball that's honing in on a point, but you see it kind of going to where you cast the spell, and they just kind of look around for a moment, and they close it again. They walk away.
Mmm.
Yeah, but
It
it's
is-
kind of like, it's like kind of a circular disc, and then there's a ball that just kind of floats, but it has like kind of a point on it that kind of focuses it on it.
Yeah. It's a 6th level spell. I'm not surprised they have a means of picking up a spell that powerful.
Yeah.
However, you travel through the city. What is the path you're taking?
Oh, I didn't think we'd get this far.
Also, everyone roll me Constitution saving throws.
Oh,
I knew that was
Unless you guys
coming.
roll a lot of dice right now.
Oh, good.
Dude, it's
Good
just
roll.
die after die.
I'll take a natural 20 for
A 19.
15.
$21.
Okay, you all seem to, since you had not gone into the cold and shocked your system back to cold before going out into the heat again, you're all kind of a little bit more attuned to this plane at this point. You just kind of travel through the city fine, not horribly scorched or maimed as clouds.
Well,
But
if,
If
I
I
rem-
wanted to be scorched and or maimed.
if I remember right, we wanted to go from this way because there was actually like smokestacks and stuff that we could weave through to kind of keep blending in.
Just draw me the trail that you're going on.
I'm an artiste.
You guys rolled pretty high on your stealth though, as a group. So
Something like this, I want to say. I don't know where the smokestacks are, but I know
you're
they were around.
pretty
there.
much you are staying in all legal areas until you reach like the
Yeah.
very edge of. Okay.
Yeah, we're going
not
until
gonna
we
worry
have
about
to
time.
absolutely push.
The city is very large, however, the spell can travel so quickly. It takes
Yeah.
you, I'm gonna say an hour still. It's very
No, it's okay.
fast travel. I'm still gonna say an hour. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do the math right now because
You know
But-
you're gonna run out of Pokeballs, right, Glenn?
as you travel through the
Quiet. Why go quiet?
Yeah. So, as you travel through the plume, you see this very kind of lavish and very rich area. The gold is kind of adorned in everything around it, in addition to the brass. there's just streets of gold. You see stalls and other shops that have a free there that are maybe not as rich as the people that could be living around it. However, they're still allowed
You
to
missed
sell
it. Graham
there.
came in
But it's
early
really only
at, like,
a
the
free that
very,
you see
very
selling stuff
start.
around here. And you only see a free in this area unless they have a collar around their neck or they are a slave of some kind that is given a much more independence. These areas, very well hidden. However, no one seems to notice you go by. You see a couple of guards that are standing in towers on the wall that just kind of are looking out. They're not looking down to the city at all. You travel through this. You also see a lot of Dao here, and they're just basically throwing gems and gold at these Ifrit, and they're just giving them all different kinds of resources, really. It's a little odd to see, because you're essentially watching someone have money thrown at them, and they're just trading food and other kinds of lavish luxuries in payment for it, basically. Which is an odd sight, because it's kind of the opposite way. But, you also, in the distance, see the Castle of the Sun and the Moon. And from this height, you see 5 giant towers that are almost castles of their own. Cities of their own, almost. And one of them probably has Azra's sibling. However, you avoid it completely and continue on your path into the more kind of living area other than shops, the much more residential area. However, you see gigantic mansions and palaces that could rival kings of material. But you arrive in a much smaller, I don't want to say rinky-dink because it is still a very nice house, but it's just much more
Modest.
traditional house. You see it's made of it's completely made of the wood that you had seen kind of in this city, this very kind of ember-like wood that just kind of ever burns to it. And the top of the house itself almost has this kind of aura of heat that just kind of crackles across the room. But inside, you can see there are a couple of windows. I don't know how long you're going to stay in your gas, but you are here. You want to investigate further.
So the thing is, we can't exactly just be seed turning out of gas here.
You're in a much more private area, though. There is not a ton of people, but if you were seen here, it's probably not good. But there's not a lot of... There is you occasionally see, because I imagine you would just kind of stay put for a little while. You see a couple of guards that just kind of patrol by every... I don't know how long you'd wait, but you just see a group of guards patrol by. You'd have to wait to see how long it would take for the group.
Yeah. Well, so we
I'd probably say we'd probably wait to see how long's between the patrol.
However, I will say, the guards that you see patrolling here, very similar to the ones that you saw investigating the magical source of your spell urge. Not the same, and it doesn't look like they're on guard or anything, but they look the same. They have the same attire, armor, personality.
Well, I guess it's time to go to the ground.
Yeah, it does.
descend to the ground. Getting low, it doesn't look like there's anyone that can see. If you want to make a perception check to see if there's any really watchful eyes. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, Grimfoot and Sen get a very high perception check. Your passive perception would not see anyone in the curve. But if you want to see further,
Only 14.
Let's see.
Grimfoot's not having. I've had 2 nat 20s. I can't complain about a 14.
A third.
There we go. Cam's got us.
11.
so you do see off in the distance, there is this kind of like crackling, almost ball of fire that just kind of ever flickers and kind of stinges, and out of it once you see a flying winged freak just kind of fly off and off into the distance. It's not close to you, but it's near.
Right.
Some kind of teleportation. You're pretty well tuned to magic.
The issue is this figure doesn't know us. And they don't know we're coming.
It's true. We gotta convince them that, yeah.
That they shouldn't call the guards on the fact that we've wandered into forbidden areas of the city of Brass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Man, if only we had a bar. Oh, wait. The bard'll insult them!
Hi.
Excuse me.
How dare you?
Gross.
You know
Weakness.
Fucking sorry.
Well... Either we try to beat around the bush, we try to look through any windows, see if we can see them, then have Azra send a sendings message to them.
Or
Just
Or
fucking-
we knock.
we just leave.
That one is sadly not an option. We need to make sure this is taken care of. Which is it?
Suppose you peek through the window.
Mhm.
You really want to. But... So yeah. Second, we'll go ahead and peer in.
Aaron.
The thin clouds moving towards
And
the
you know what's
window.
weird? You don't see anything, and then you just kind of reach your nose up to it, and the rest of you kind of look at the glass itself, and you realize it's just a reflection, except Senka's not there.
Yeah, right.
Ooh, what a big glass.
That would make sense.
Cloud wiggle.
Oh, that means the only door.
Time to knock. Or break in. That'll end very well.
Oh, it definitely went very well. So he's just gonna go up and knock on the door.
Yeah, right.
How? Not
Are you doing stuff?
She's stopping.
We need the person who can actually talk them down, if anything, if they get aggressive immediately. Which is sadly also the person that can talk to them and make them as aggressive as possible.
Oh, you guys know me so well.
We could also just technically use major image to make it look like it's an Ifrit over there talking.
Or you can just let me do it and we can watch how bad it goes.
At least until...
And Grimfoot, you're selling yourself short. What about you?
I am not persuasive. Well, I'm better than the average person, but I'm a deceptive creature by nature.
Isn't part of persuasion deceiving when you're coming up with lies, at least?
I mean,
Yes, but something tells me that,
Lying is not going to get you very far.
I mean, we have an honest, mutual acquaintance? We were basically told if we... Yeah, this is... Yeah, that's it. An acquaintance. I don't... All I know is that this is where we were told to go if we needed to.
So, I mean, two options are...
I have a question. You are all currently just chilling around. Where are you chilling near this house? You just near the front, or are you
Shit.
kind of like huddled in one of the side areas near it? What are you doing?
We'd be hidden right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
more areas.
We're not just having this discussion on the front lawn.
I mean,
I
Azra
hope
wouldn't
not.
mind.
You just kind of see another group of a free patrol by, just walking down. It's about 10 minutes since the last group.
Well, we have some time now.
Well, so honesty's best policy here.
Is it?
You're the talker.
This is bullshit. I declare a recount.
So,
Out of what?
then how about this? We all say who we think should talk.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Grimfoot.
Azra.
No, wait, not second. Ezra. Names got mixed
No,
up.
no. Apparently it's me, and I vote me myself. So
Senka, I will rip
Senka,
your
you
vocal
win!
cords
It's
out.
all on you!
Hey, Z, what's your vote?
Grimfoot.
Ha!
Shit, so, wait, how much we just tie between... Wait. No, that didn't work. No, not this shit again. Oh, my words today. Azra is the most persuasive. So, Azra...
It's not what she
please.
voted. Stop trying to put words in her mouth and saying that her decision was inadequate.
That's it. Okay,
I'm
then we
walking
do a
up to the
fucking
door.
recount because we tied.
Senka's walking up to the door.
Okay, you walk up to the door.
Oh boy.
Grimfoot's knocking.
Never mind.
Grimfoot closes a lot of distance quickly and knocks on it with the staff quickly.
It's the staff reach, man. Every
Yep.
time.
Absolutely. You got more distance on that. There's a pause for a moment. A couple of seconds go by. You hear like this soft... Yeah, you're the two most perceptive. You hear a very soft set of footsteps approach the door, and you hear them pause on the other side for a couple of moments. And you both can see an arcane flash. And then the door opens. You see... You see this figure kind of open the door, not with that weapon drawn, I will say that. However,
Yeah, that's...
biggest thing is not a Freet. It's a little difficult to tell from just a first glance, but she looks similar to the stand. Similar. Not a... You can tell definitely not the same, but kind of similar. I made that any more obvious. Anyways. Who are you?
Friends of the Sand King?
I see her kind of like scratching her head for a moment. She's like thinking.
I always forget his actual name.
And you see her eyes kind of flash with a very kind of reddish, kind of yellow light. You tried to stab him?
Not of my own volition. Kind of got.
I saw that.
Magic does weird things to
I'd
us.
say your technique's a bit off, but I knew that there was also a dagger in your other hand.
Yeah.
It's very interesting that we have great friends and all, but why are you here? And she kind of like looks out for a moment. Is there more if you come inside?
Grimfoot's gonna just mentally to Azra, we're being invited in. Might want to make it quick. I don't know how much longer we have.
Azra will just walk over and in.
Okay, you all enter in, and as soon as you walk in through the door, it's almost like walking back into the very large tree at Grimfoot's home. Except the insides are burning, and kind of where you look at one point, the floor itself kind of is burning for a moment, and then it charcoals. And then you kind of see another sprig of some kind of tree like spring up and start growing. Wow, there's I can tell you're all under the effect of something. But I'm not the magical one out of the two of us, so I can't tell what. I don't know how you got here. But good job.
It was actually easier than we thought it would be.
Well, you all were very light then. However, she kind of walks into a very much larger kind of corridor, and through it, you see a room with a lot of kind of just draping vines almost at some points, but there's also kind of cloth almost tied together in those vines. However, she leads you into this room where there's lots of pillows on the ground, and you see there's another room attached, and you hear like just chopping, and it's very quick chopping. And then you kind of hear like some sizzling. Yeah, this is a much better area to talk.
All right. We were told if we needed aid, this is where we should look.
Be more specific, please.
You see, we came here through a scroll, and we have none of us are capable of casting the magic to, return to our plane.
I would ask why. However, if you're coming here through a one-way ticket, it had to have been for a good reason.
Well, definitely a good reason.
Very.
If those reasons aren't involving any of the Efreet families, that also is much better.
Ooh.
Do you have any wine?
You are not drinking until we get... You're not drinking. Maybe tonight when we're not...
I could offer you tea.
That doesn't sound bad.
No, I'm not.
And
gonna
you just
play
kind of see one of the pillows on the floor just flops over, and you see some of that tree just kind of growing up for a moment. And there's just this pot and kettle, and there's a couple of cups around it. You just kind of see her hold her hand over the tea kettle, and it just starts steaming. Need a moment. Sorry. So, is there anything else?
Well... Hopefully... I'm not gonna lie, there's just a chance things could go wrong.
Pretty good one, actually.
Well, I'm not the one that is going to have to cast the spell for you, so I guess personally I shouldn't have the input in it. And she stands up and kind of walks into that area where there's a lot of chopping. And you hear a couple of words exchanged in Ignan, but it's only one way. And then you hear the chopping stop for a moment, and you hear a much heavier set of footsteps start to walk out.
Oh no. Heavier footsteps.
Picture is small, I know, so I'm going to post it. That's actually good size.
It's much
However, you
easier to
see this figure with large, kind of flowing blue robes that just kind of ever flow, and this very lavish golden mask that has no mouth hole, just has eye holes in it. Go and also the nose part. He just kind of walks over and sits down. He just pours himself some tea and then pours it for each of you. Hands it to each of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Azra accepts, even though it's not wine.
However, you see his fingers just start to trail in a crackling lightning energy. And he starts to spell something out, and then it just dissipates. You can tell it's something enigmatic, but it's some kind of... Grimfoot, roll me a... Actually, anyone who has spellcasting. Anyone who has spellcasting. Roll me a spellcast ability.
Okay.
24. I'm scared. Rolling this good now. I'm gonna roll ass when it counts. Not that this doesn't count, I guess.
21.
Yeah.
So,
1.
he was actually drawing or inscribing out a spell. And you kind of see for a moment as he does not continue to talk, or he does not talk to any of you, or does not say anything else. But he might be mute. However, you can tell he cast tongues on himself.
So he can understand us at least. So, you're very clearly the caster. Or at least a capable one.
Figure nods his head.
Well,
The longer you're next to this figure, those of you that have hair, it starts to almost stick out on end. And the more you feel it, the lightning is almost traveling through this tree to the very bottom of your shoes or your feet. This figure is generating a lot of electrical energy. Not in a threatening way, but just natural.
So... Tomorrow... we intend to do something that will require us to make a quick exit from the city. And we also have a small group of people who cannot be present and need to remain wherever we're going to be leaving from.
Figure just brings the cup of tea up to its mouth, and it is definitely hearing what you are saying. It is taking it in. Does not make any large movements or anything. Just very small, kind of methodical pauses.
Our goal would be to have no pursuers. But I don't know if we can guarantee that in a city this well defended.
The figure just draws out with its fingers again, and it spells out "who" in electricity.
Well, I'm unsure if he is going to be present. Let's see if I can find his name and which page it's on.
It's like just slowly.
I just gotta find the name. It's somewhere. Might be easier just to try to see if it was posted with his art a few sessions back.
It's
A
been
lot of sessions back. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a bit. I don't know if I'm gonna. No. Okay. I'm just gonna have to find it quick.
Do any of you know?
I mean, I'm trying
No,
to.
no.
I know it because I was the one that, when it was forgotten, actually found it again.
Because I
It's
have
in
been
my
using
list.
his-
Wait, it is in my thing.
I have been using his title, or one of his titles, which is the
Yeah.
Grand Farbode.
Yeah.
Nasty. That's what I'm gonna nickname that guy. Nasty. Are we looking for Nasty's name?
I think it is.
It's N. Right. It's N A.
Please type that out for me.
It's like NAASID.
Nasty.
Oh. Nasaid, yes, Nasaid.
Yeah,
yes.
Nasty.
Yeah.
We're looking for Nasty. I'm
The
sorry.
figure nods its head.
Not exactly someone just anyone wants to have trouble with here.
Yes, I summoned it.
No.
I love that Penny lets me pick her up and do that.
However, there's kind of a pause for a moment, and you see his eyes flash.
His eyes flash.
His eyes flash with a blue light. And the wall on one of the kind of cavern, the large cavern that you're in, one of the walls kind of slowly starts to peel away some of its roots. And you see a picture push forward. And you see 4 individuals. 2 of them are currently in this place. The other one is not in the room. They're still here. You also see a figure that looks a lot like the Sand King, probably from a distant time ago. And then you also see a 4th figure that is just a very kind of watery figure. Roll me an Arcana check to see if you can figure out what race they are.
Arcana or spellcasting ability?
Sorry, I'll give you spellcasting.
It's a 17.
Yeah, you see a Triton.
Mm.
However, it is a female figure, and it's a very powerful Triton. You can just see from the picture. Looks very old. You can probably guess would have been the oldest out of these three. You can't tell the figure in front of you, but just physically, from what you can see on them, it was a very old Triton. You should have photo. But you just see that kind of photo. And you see him write out, "If I could kill him, I would."
Damn. Man's got a
And
grudge.
the picture just kind of pushes back into the wall.
I'm sure you're not the only one in the city that feels the same.
I cannot find the art right now, but it's fine. Not. I can get the art later. It's fine.
Yeah.
However. He just writes out "continue."
Well, I guess the best way to put it is we intend to steal back one of his slaves.
Well, at least that's the main objective of the
When?
Tomorrow.
When?
It'd be roughly 6 p.m. If I remember right, because it was a day and a half from 6 a.m. today, so like 6 p.m. tomorrow.
Figure nods its head.
We don't know how long it'll take. But we have at least 2 people we cannot take with us. Who we'd preferably have waiting wherever we plan to leave. And hopefully he's still at the meeting he's been summoned to, so we never actually encounter him.
The figure stands up and walks back and goes to cutting again. There was cutting the entire time, however, it was much louder when he was cutting, and you could tell it was probably faster when she was cutting, because she has some kind of training with the blade, as you can see it's hanging on the wall in the other room. But she comes back out. I don't know why he agreed to that.
Honestly, I figured anyone who'd agree is not right in the head, but that's not exactly true.
Obviously, I was eavesdropping on your conversation. Who are you bringing in where?
As in... Well... We don't know where you guys would like us to go. I assume you don't want us to come here.
Found it. Okay. There's still one more.
Just looking in the background. Oh shit! Oh, she's strong. You can see it in her eyes. They don't got pupils, that's how you know she's strong.
Sorry, what was the last thing you said about?
He pretty much said, I don't know where you want us to meet because I assume you don't want us coming here.
Where's your desired exit point?
Well, we plan to enter and exit from the southwest of the Citadel Castle. But I assume you don't want to be, like, too close.
We will not be doing that here. At least I really hope we won't. However, she was looking off into the other room when she was screaming.
We haven't exactly had too much time to survey this part of the city as well. The more we linger, the higher chance of being caught.
You see her kind of thinking for a moment. I would suggest plan to leave not tech.
Plan to
However,
leave
what?
not?
What if you are just asking for friends?
Well, I can't say we could manage to kill every pursuer we get. I feel like the intention would be to lose them, but seeing as they very clearly have some soldiers capable of tracking higher levels of magic, it could be a bit more difficult to do that.
My suggestion, and if you are not caught, if you are being chased, and you make it to the street of the last houses, that is where a lot of the other families are. And they have personal guard, and usually don't like when our friend Nasid throws his guards in their territory. It might buy you some time, it might give you some more pursuers. However, we'll be there somewhere if you can find it. And we'll make it obvious where we go.
Alright.
Very well.
Search for the only tree left in that stretch of road.
Tree, huh?
Right, so head towards the street of the houses.
You roll me a perception check, everyone. We'll
Okay.
see if one of you somehow was looking out and you saw a tree over there.
Perception.
18.
Go.
Perception.
19.
5.
There we go.
I love 5.
I guess Hundor is not going to roll one.
Sorry, I was stoning what? Turn on my camera so I just don't get somebody can stop me. What was it?
You're
Perception.
intimidating the tree. Perception.
My computer just did something in perception, thank you. A natural 1.
Hundor is just in awe.
I see that's a persuasion check, but I'll take it because yeah, I think it's like 1 less, so it'd be an 18.
It's like
Oh,
has an
actually,
11
no, it would be
perception.
higher. No, what am I talking about?
Yeah,
It'd be too high.
It's a
It'd be
21.
Yeah, Senka actually did see it.
Oh.
Damn you and not being able to roll under a 10,
No,
Cameron.
We're gonna put it. It's right here in the yellow. That's what the tree is.
I think I know the.
I think you know the...
Yeah.
If you are undetected and you have not been seen, and you make it out of there, and you could escape if not for the lockdown the city will be. You can come here, but if you bring a tail, I'll fillet the skin off of your back. I won't kill you. I'm just gonna fillet your backs.
Fair enough.
I think that's generous.
I'm gonna do
So-
worse to a mutual acquaintance.
He is not gonna like us if that happens. So if we're not being tailed, we can come here. If we are being tailed, go there.
That is the option I give you, and he will provide to you.
We still have one issue of... We have 2 people who cannot do this, let's call it a heist with us.
Could have just called it a mission.
One is our Fire Genasi friend here. The other is... an ethereal princess? Giant.
You see her,
moth
even
lady?
her, she's like, she has been very kind of confident in herself, and then you see her almost like think for a moment and go off on a very weird train of thought. You see her zone out for a moment again, and she's just kind of stuck there zoning out.
Kind of looks like this, and he's gonna minor illusion it. Except really big.
And you put the minor illusion up. She's just kind of still staring at it. You see her eyes kind of flash with that yellow-red magic again, and she's just kind of still zoning. But walking in the room now, you see your very large, very blue and magnificent adorned outfits. Our friend, Cha, back in. Except he's holding a tray with, for each of you, there is just a vial. And he just kind of sets it down. And he just kind of looks at her. And he just puts, sorry about that. She does that sometimes.
I can't blame her if it's something that feels like she knows or wants to know about. I would freeze up too.
He just kind of shakes his head.
No.
She'll be stuck like that for a while.
Oh. Okay. What's the vial?
Grimfoot, do you want to look at it?
Yeah. As an alchemist.
You just kind of pick it up. Roll me a alchemy. It's alchemy kit, right?
Alchemy supplies.
Roll me an alchemy supplies check. I'll give you advantage.
25. Oh. 25.
So, you yourself have, I believe, made fire-resistant potions, if I am not mistaken. You look at this, and this is fire immunity. One hour, and he just puts good luck, and he walks back into the other room. However, everything that he was chopping and cooking was for this.
Wasn't he chopping when we came in?
He was eavesdropping, from what I remember a little bit.
He was
But
chopping.
he was chopping when we walked in the door.
Yeah, but wasn't he eavesdropping? I thought he eavesdropped.
Yes, but it was before we said anything.
She
Okay.
was eavesdropping.
Sorry,
said
she.
So either he knew this was coming, or he's just very prepared.
I kept saying he, and Eklund's doing it. Or sorry.
However, you just kind of see Ozzel? Yeah, Ozzel. You see Ozzel just kind of snap back out of it. She just kind of blinked multiple times. You still kind of see her eyes are almost kind of that very kind of golden red light for a moment, and then they just finally kind of go back to normal. No, but that brought back some very weird memories. He just kind of looks over at the wall, and there's just this clock that's ticking. Oh, thank God it wasn't that long.
It happens for longer than that.
Andor, I'm sure it's happened for days.
She just kind of looks at you, and she just kind of is like gritting her molars.
Sorry.
If you want. What's your name, darling? She's pointing at Z. Let's see. Sorry. Yes.
He's talking to someone who could probably pronounce it.
She nods her head. Do you want to stay here for the night? And I think we can collect your ethereal
Thank you, Autumn.
princess while you're on your mission.
Hmm.
Don't worry.
You're right now teaching me
You
what
know
I
where
need to
we're
turn off
staying,
on my
or-
Nightbot.
Have you already figured that out?
I think she can help.
You're finding all the things
Oh,
to
that's
fix.
also true. Grimfoot's negative intelligence.
He just kind of looks over at you. Are you okay with this, Andor? I don't mind this. I actually would kind of really like to, no offense, poke her brain a lot. And definitely learn about him more.
Yeah, I don't know what its deal is.
And
Spam protection.
I swear, if I get the chance, I'll get some of his recipes.
Undar is just gonna walk up, grab her hand, and look her dead in the eyes. is.
There we go.
Hold on.
He's not mentally prepared for that, Hundo.
I want you to do whatever makes you happy. That will
Public
make me
affection.
happy. And after that, he will let her hand go. After that, his public affection meter has run out.
She just kind of wraps you up in a very large hug.
Nope.
For her, very large hug.
It
Feels like a bear hug. You don't
He's
get
stiff.
it.
He's stiff for a moment, but then hugs her.
Disgusting. Get a room. Thought you guys were supposed to be helping me save my sibling, not canoodling in front of us.
With how much you speak about us, Azra, I thought of all people out of this party, you would be the happiest to see this.
Nah, I'll be happy when I've learned that you guys have actually went the whole full home run yard of fucking.
I think you guys should really just go now. Like, get out the door, please. I need to, like, not think about that right now.
Also, just based on the picture and appearance of these people, am I able to determine like the Sand King's like relation to them? Is this
So,
like
the picture of all of them makes you kind of immediately guess they at some point were a group. You're not sure why they're not anymore. You can tell they're not all related,
They
just
got stabbed in the
immediately.
back.
Figure that you're seeing next to you is the very extravagantly cloaked figure is way different than either the Sand King or Azel is. Chalk is the very cool. But you can immediately tell th're not related. Just some kind of group.
Alright. They just
You're not sure these two's relation?
they live
They
together.
live together.
That's about it.
Oh my
That's
gosh, I
about
keep
it.
sneezing.
Alright.
Maybe they're siblings. Maybe they're lovers. Yeah.
I just told you.
Oh, I did fucking. God, my brain's
Wow.
5 paces behind everyone today. I'm so sorry.
Well then.
Joey screwing up? Who would have guessed? I love you, Joey. I love you, Joey.
I don't know why I expect better.
You
Fucking
frame
Monday.
yourself for this. You frame yourself for this. I just take advantage of it.
Yeah. I'm not saying you couldn't be a little fucking nicer.
Fight
Was
me.
it like
I
I was
thank
Azra, that was
you.
if.
We thank you for honoring our very difficult request.
You see her and the figure kind of. They both kind of almost sink for a moment, just like in their posture a little bit. You see each of them kind of thinking on something. If we could kill the bastard who ran the city, we would. Well, we can. So, any chance to make this city weaker is, and always will be, a boon to us, so you're not the only one getting something. And I speak for both of us when I say
Must be a strong tie keeping you here in a place you despise the leadership of.
She kind of looks at him and he looks at her. We're planning on killing. That's the only thing that moves us. Learning, plotting, figuring things out.
Who
And I
knows?
feel comfortable enough saying that to you for some. Maybe it's because he trusts you, and I trust him as much as I shouldn't sometimes.
Who knows? Maybe someday, when we're stronger, we unite might need to call on a favor from us.
Well, that favor might be to kill the Grand Sultan, so you probably shouldn't say it.
Sounds like a very interesting time. It'll be a few lifetimes before then, I assume.
It depends. Seeds that have been placed, and she just kind of gestures to the giant wooden structure, magical creation, living thing that's around you. Seeds take time to grow. Some grow quicker than others, and some can be watered. However, whether it's the beginning or the end, it usually starts with destruction. And I really hope that's not what's going to happen to this city. If we succeed, or even if we don't. But that's not something for us to think about right now, so please leave. It was all amazing meeting you all, but I need to go and you just kind of see her fall over, and her eyes just kind of flash with that light again, and you see him kind of immediately, you blink, and you see he is next to her, kind of holding her in his arms. And he just kind of looks up at you all. He just kind of looks down to his hands where he naturally would be writing out something to you. He just kind of nods his head and he walks back off into that other room.
Alright, we're going to wait for the next patrol to go by, and then we're going to turn into clouds, see if you could get the door for us.
And you just kind of see Z's like blinking for a moment. Okay.
Yes, he's very interesting. As is she.
That's an
I'm more
understatement.
concerned for her right now.
There's very clearly something afflicting her. Be it her own doing or not.
He just kind of looks over at you again, Hondor. She runs up and hugs you again. Please don't die fighting on that hill. Please don't.
It's alright, I've already taken that job for him, see?
No, Azra, I don't care about anything you're saying right now. Please don't die fighting on that hill. Unless it's to save someone else, then I can't blame you.
Give me 1 moment.
He's too stubborn to die, see.
The fuck? Oh, sheets just blended in. Whoops. I have a question because I want to make something up really quick. Is there any way to like capture pictures in this world or no? If not, it's fine, of course.
Yeah, it's simple. I cast minor illusion and there's an image of my house.
Technically, yeah, there is. There's various kinds of ways to take in a image. You could physically put the memory into an object, and somehow that memory will be brought back. But, you know, it's D&D. I quite literally, at one point, put a moving picture in the world by magic.
It's not that hard to be like, hey,
You like magic?
There's enough spells, and there's enough wiggle room
enough
that you
magic
can kind of make a
items.
spell work.
Okay.
I'm gonna be kind of lenient on that, because magic
I've
is
got
very...
a Polaroid.
Magic's very prevalent in this world, and especially in the city of Brass. But,
Yeah,
you know.
it's
Okay.
a trade hub.
Well, if you want, stop me if this goes out of bounds. But Kundar is gonna reach into his bag. He's gonna pull something out, and it's basically a little crystal ball. And he's going to hand it to her.
We tried to scry
Are you going to do anything with this crystal ball before you hand it to her?
He is basically just gonna say like an activation word, which is just a day out of the year, which then it shows Undar, his father, his mother, and his sister all together happy. I want you to have this because I have never. This is the besides you, this is the most important thing to me. The last fond memory I had of my family before everything happened. So please, cherish it. Because I promise I will be back for it.
She's going to take your hand, and she's going to hold it in her hand. However, she's not going to let go of your hand.
Yeah.
She's going to roll your fingers back over it. I would much rather you tell me the memories you're and this is just an excuse for you not to die, so you can give this to me one day. But I'd rather you just tell me the memories yourself, not... I'm not thinking about this anymore. I'm gonna miss you, please don't die, and I love you.
I love you too, babe. I'll tell you about the memory when I get back. He'll, if she doesn't take it, he'll put it back into his bag. making
Unless
sure it's safe.
unless you insist her to take it, which I assumed you were. She'll
he-
take it. If
He
she
will
really
insist then,
wants. Okay, she will take it.
but
Like
he'll-
she's very insistent that she would rather hear that from you.
Oh, she will. It's just a picture. There's no context to it.
Yeah.
But, you know, the one thing that, God forbid something happens to him, she'll at least have something of him when he was happy. The other problem is she isn't in it. But,
Sorry, I forgot to prep all my healing spells for the day.
fuck. Well,
I'm not
maybe,
a prepared caster or anything. I forgot they all exist.
well, maybe Hudara's gonna die today. Tomorrow.
Not even
Tomorrow.
today.
No, you're
Sorry,
gonna die
tomorrow.
today. We're gonna walk out that door and immediately get impaled by the guard.
I'm just gonna get a ballista shot through my chest. It's fine.
Ah, you could survive that.
If I'm raging Mabry. Oh god, a tri-ballista.
Unless you have anything else to say to Z, I assume you all take the vial that was placed out for you.
Yeah.
And it is a potion of fire immunity, as Grimfoot correctly figured out. You know the basis of what it is. It's just finding the stuff. That's
That's gotta be-
essentially just an intense version of what you can already cast. But you are given each one of those. They last an hour. They're just like a potion of fire resistance.
Okay. This is not something we waste.
However, if you have nothing to say to Z, you all exit out.
Before he leaves, he's giving her a kiss on the forehead and then basically saying bye.
No.
Okay. You have a half hyperventilating Z behind you as you leave.
Oh my god.
Grimfoot's just gonna walk up to her and hand her a vial, and it's just full of Hundor's fur. If this will kill you, he's dead.
He just kind of looks at it.
Kunai just turns around
Honestly.
and looks at him.
Thank
At
you.
least you'll
Grimfoot.
know.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
In your own weird way, you calmed her down. Thank you, Grimfoot.
I suppose that is one way of doing it.
And then Grimfoot turns into a cloud.
Z would see that Hundar's a little hesitant to leave, but he will.
Hundor, if you don't get a move on, I'm gonna start going down into your lungs.
No, it's just you gave her a kiss, so she naturally is, you know.
Yeah, I know, but he's hesitant because he doesn't want to leave her, because the last time they weren't together was a bit ago. Which kind of
It was the-
sucks.
It was the
You know what?
volcano island.
The
It wasn't that
volcano
long
where
ago.
she got attacked by
Okay.
salamanders and flew off.
And
You know-
single-handedly had to fight them off while driving an airship.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
See,
no,
that is
she had
good
Bernie.
reason.
It was she had
That's
Bernie.
right.
It-
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
no, it was a 2v, however many of those salamanders were.
It was
Hello,
only like a
she fled them.
squadron.
Yeah, she
Only
fled
a
them.
squadron.
She fled. She probably only had to kill like a handful. If any.
Fingers crossed.
But you all
Alright.
can roll me another stealth check technically because you all were in
Definitely
there
broke
and
stealth.
Natural
definitely broke
20.
stealth.
What the fuck? are
Finally
these
can
guys,
make. I had
brother?
2 natural ones already. I don't hear shit.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
Uh,
you. I'm just saying.
Dirty 20.
Natural
Yes.
20.
Don't even bother. Don't
thanks,
bother.
Cam.
You
Thanks,
make it
Cam.
across
Thanks,
the city
Cam.
undetected.
Thanks,
Cam.
Time out. I got a
Unless-
20.
No, if you roll a natural 1 and you counteract both of Cam and I's natural 20s, I will fight you.
I got a 19
I think that
for
was-
fuck's sake.
Is there an alternate path that you all want to take, or are you going to take the same path?
Ayo! Welcome.
I wanted to. I think the path we took was safe. I think it's best just to backtrack because I don't want to go near that weird teleporty tower, and I'm sure as hell not flying over that castle at all.
Yeah.
I think our best bet is just back the way we came.
So, if that is where I assume Grimfoot would be leading you all, and if you are all following Grimfoot, then you will travel back the way you go. Someone roll me a D100.
I rolled the last one.
I'll let Joey have it.
Yeah.
I gotta roll it. I forgot that
Oh,
was
no.
Cameron.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the hell?
I hope. You know what? I don't hope anything bad happens to you. I'll just say it in my head so it doesn't get put out there.
Okay.
My man rolled an 11.
You see a group of 5 figures, and it's kind of hard to tell what they are, except you see 5 dragon tails just poking out of the bottom of the clothes. 5 red dragon tails.
Uh-oh.
About dragonborn size.
TNT and
You just see them
Pokemon will be better
traveling
in straight
in
truth.
dark robes. From the plume towards the case. So, they're in that direction.
Oh, great. There's more than one.
Fun.
All 5 here. Maybe not. Maybe it's just the squire and like 4 bodyguards.
One of them looked taller than the rest.
Yeah.
One of
I'm
That's-
sorry to hear
I'll
that it
give you
was
that.
crappy in city today. That's never fun.
Usually, Tiamat's power is measured in strength. Charisma, but...
Hit day. That's completely different than the
However, if
alternative.
you are all heading back to the inn, you can travel there.
Yeah.
As I assume you're just going into the inn. Are you going outside of the inn as fog? You gonna try and go through one of the? You guys didn't open those windows, did you?
Nope.
Yes, no.
We'd-
Never mind.
We'd have to come in through the front door. So like a back alley to our penthouse
You can-
inn.
You can find an area. It's a lot easier to be nothing and then become something than being nothing, or being something and then becoming nothing.
Jeez Louise, you got shot down at your own thing? That's nuts.
So you can find a pretty good area.
Why the heck would they even
You all
do
roll high
that?
stealth checks. You're not gonna need my idea anyways.
That's wild. Absolutely
But you'll
wild.
enter into the inn and head up to your room. I assume you're all going back to your room, unless you're ordering drinks or something.
Oh, definitely order your drink.
Ah, fuck. Time to
Yeah, I
make
don't know.
time to roll to see what Hundar does here.
You have drinks.
Yeah, I
You have
know.
like 4
Alcohol.
bottles.
Alcohol! Alcohol!
Oh wow, huh? He's
Just gonna drop casual.
where are these
just casual.
dice?
Drop about 50 gold.
Can the alcoholic be
I'm not
alcoholic?
gonna have you roll for exhaustion unless. Yeah, I'm not gonna have you roll for exhaustion. It's fine.
Just
As you enter into this establishment, though, it feels so much better being here.
Nice.
Oh.
As fog, it was a lot easier to be bearing this heat just because you're expanded outwards and it's a lot easier, but now it's a lot better in this place.
Hundar's gonna go to. Is this the bar where they sell food? I'm guessing it is, correct?
You take orders at the bar. There is no kitchen area. However, you also remember you're traveling upstairs. But there is also a cart delivered to your room every morning with food, or whenever you order it.
I want to make a special request.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
mainly why I'm asking.
yeah.
I'm gonna walk up to the bartender. How much for the spiciest meal you can give me?
Oh. Are you sure you want that?
Yes.
Oh,
Are
no.
you really sure you want that?
Hundor, you have your own private
Do
toilet,
I have to
right?
say yes in ignorant? Because I can't do that if you ask
Yeah,
me
it's
to.
about to
Okay.
take fire damage.
Alright. Okay. Alright. It's your funeral, bud.
Thank you.
Roll con save. Fail.
Oh no, God
You're
save.
immediately unconscious and need to make death saves.
I'm just curious at what the spiciest food they'd have here is, mainly.
Oh, you
Well, so... Wait, how much did you say you were spending on it? You just said...
However much it costs.
However much it
the
costs.
spiciest thing.
Okay.
not paying.
I just know a gold range to know what you...
You know what? Like splurging today.
You know
50
what?
gold.
No. 500 gold.
Oh, okay. Well, 500 gold. No, I'm buying it
I
again.
want to see this Hundor.
500 gold for the spiciest thing. You
They
have.
nod their head, and there's a pause. And wheeling out of the very large door that's in this place, the only other door in the place other than the stairs, and the one to leave, you see this, like, a humongous, like, leg bone almost, kind of like thigh bone. There's just this very dark, And when I mean dark, it is jet black, near obsidian dark. And it's just kind of almost leaking off fire itself. Looks very well cooked. There's some kind of seasonings on it that are just kind of ever spaced out. It's almost like falling off the thigh bone itself.
Oh.
500 gold for this, holy shit. I'm gonna need to roll natural 20, or I'm fucked.
You wanna know what it is?
Please enlighten me.
That's Baylor's thigh bone.
A what?
Oh, jeez, Louise, you're fucked, Hundor.
You can enjoy that, Hundor.
So, can you...
It is a humongous thigh bone, I just want to say. It is like, you can use it as a weapon. And
Oh my god.
other people wouldn't be able to wield it as a weapon. It's only you that could.
Yeah.
What's your con roll though?
Yeah, let me roll my con.
Yeah, what's this con save looking like?
Oh, thank God.
I don't know. Don't get cocky yet.
It's a 27. I rolled a 19.
Well, you're coming into
So,
my character trying to dodge what we're about to
you
do,
just kind of bite into it.
and our barbarian making the worst
first
decisions you can
taste
make.
is the worst thing you have ever experienced. It's like biting into trash itself, and then immediately after you get through that skin, it's this very, very tender kind of like moist, juicy meat from a Baylor, right in your mouth. Very spicy, might I say.
27?
As you're kind of eating it down, it's just burning all the way down, and then you just kind of like let out a burp, and there's just this flame that kind of leaks out of your mouth for a moment, and you realize your insides are burning, quite literally right now. So you do make the con save. However,
Fire resistance. Thank God for that.
you take 8 fire damage.
Halved or not halved?
That is half.
Okay.
However, your tongue is swelling, it's painful going down, but the flavor is pretty good. It's pretty good. Once the skin's gone, it's very good.
Can I power through it and eat it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is the damage as you eat it, powering through it. I didn't imagine you would stop.
As much as I'd love to give that a try, I also know that it will literally kill me.
He's going to hold it out to you. You want some? You bought it. Take a tiny
However-
piece.
Hundor, if I wanted to eat that, I'd have to drink that fire immunity potion.
He's going to... Wait, immunity? Oh, immunity means it's not... Oh. Never mind, he's not going to give you that. I don't know why I thought it was fire resistance earlier.
No.
Fire immunity is way
We don't
more...
have fire resistance.
Yeah.
He gave us something that is like... That's like
better.
almost legendary tier rarity
Yeah.
of a potion. The ingredients for it are not something you just get your hands on without work.
However, since you had this very, very hearty, almost near heroic kind of meal, you get 20 temporary hit points that
Whoa.
last until you take damage and lose them.
Or until the next day at the exact same time.
No,
Really? Sweet.
he spent 500 gold on meat. I'm gonna give him something nice.
I didn't
He
even spend
didn't.
the-
I spent 500 gold. I
Sorry,
wanted to-
you
Hundor get
all,
fucked
you,
up.
your
Y'all
friend spent 500 gold on you. Sorry.
Hundor, I'm just saying, by the way. You have fun when that comes out. It hurt going in.
I'll make
It
it.
always hurts more
I
coming
was about to
out.
break the fourth wall and say I'll make another con save. You'll be fine. I've literally had my flesh hanging off of me. I'll be fine.
This is true. You might still be
Uh.
numb down there from the lava you walked in.
I've taken an acid
Wild.
bath. I've taken
We-
a fucking lava
Absolutely
bath. I'll be fine.
wild.
We haven't
So
examined
sorry
your
you had
ass
to come
nerves
into
yet.
this.
We're
We gotta
not
find out if those still work.
We're not Okay, just because. Hear me out. I'm gonna wait for Tiff to unmute. So
I
can
am
say this.
unmuted, you slut.
Okay, she can hear.
Thanks. Just because I get pegged in real life doesn't mean Hundar gets pegged.
Well, no, I'm just
All
saying.
right, we're clipping that. I'm clipping that. Where's my
lava
clip
like
button?
goes
so
in.
clippable.
Clip that.
I
Clipped
know.
it. We
That's
got it,
so
boys. We got it. We
clippable.
got him to admit it. We got him to admit
Alright.
that he gets pegged.
Did it. We can now
We
end
got
my
it.
session.
We got the evidence.
We
We
ended
can
my,
play
we
it.
can now end my session.
Guys,
Yeah.
we're playing that at his
I hope you
wedding.
enjoyed the campaign.
Yo, ayo.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Could you imagine if we stuck a clip of all of our favorite moments with Joey in like one video and played it at his wedding? Oh my
Please don't do that.
gosh,
Please
he'd
don't do that.
hate us. He would
God, I would
absolutely
die.
hate us.
I mean,
Hey,
Dan
super-
still has a audio clip of me saying I love traps.
Please,
Okay, you lolly lover.
Well, you said it again, so there's another one.
Yeah.
please do
Yeah,
me
but
a
it was much
favor.
more dignified that time.
Oh,
So,
okay.
I was
So-
mimicking Fred from Scooby Doo.
Autumn said she'd
So-
laugh.
All I have to say really quick is please do not kill my Catholic grandmother by giving her a fucking heart attack.
Hey, hey Joey, at least you don't get the clip at your wedding asking if women have semen.
That's true.
I would rather
We don't have audio clips of that. We just have
The
a
memory.
quote that says it.
Yep.
And that man went into the medical field.
Yeah, he did.
Awesome. Autumn also says our Catholic grandmas.
Oh, our Catholic. I'd be fine if something happened to Mame, sorry to say.
Wow.
Damn.
Damn!
Okay, so, for
This
clarification,
man said it live.
she
That's
doesn't watch
going in. That's going in.
What?
She doesn't watch
40K.
Twitch, I'm not worried.
Caught in 40K.
Autumn called you a jerk. She said, bruh, not meme. Grandma is Catholic.
Oh. I actually like her, never mind. Please don't do that.
Alright, back to the session now that I've had my fun.
So, you get your meals. Anyone buying anything to drink?
Well, I was told no alcohol.
Or are you just gonna order
No, no.
a cart of food
Actually-
and drinks up to the room?
Hundor said no drinking until we get back to the bar.
I didn't say that, that was
say
Grimfoot.
shit.
Oh, that is true. Griffith said that.
I
One of the
And he
pieces.
said he said at least.
Sucker's getting drinks.
There's nothing wrong with you getting drinks.
I'm just gonna drop a
Anyways,
casual
to try to stop
250
my
on
as an
drink.
alcoholic.
Azura,
What?
I'm not gonna give you shit if you drink tonight, so long as you don't drink in the morning.
Sure, 100%.
I don't like how that was said. It doesn't feel very truthful.
It's
That's
fine.
right.
Yeah.
Night ends at midnight.
So, Azra, not to be a bad influence.
Actually, technically, night ends at 3 a.m.
Stinker. Night ends at midnight in this case.
I
This
think
night is a
Midnight
concept here.
Midnight in the material plane or midnight in the plane of
Night
fire?
ends when I say it ends.
You're no fun.
Well, there's a clock in your penthouse suite. There's got to be at least one clock in there.
Yeah,
I would
because
say
the
you don't have
person
to see
that had
any
a
more to
clock-
tell you the time,
Yeah,
but
we
there's a
don't
clock in
actually
there.
have the clock.
What if they're in ignorant numbers, so we can't read it?
Azra technically could. No matter what.
Ryan is so upset with me right
Do
now.
you think it's a digital clock? The hands are still like
Yeah,
in the right place.
It doesn't matter if it's a... It doesn't matter if you can't read the numbers. The position is the same on every
Technically,
damn
it could have like 4 hands. It could count the milliseconds and, you know, the days.
darn
It could
you.
be a really advanced clock.
Darn
Thank you
Zoomers
for
and them
making
not
my
knowing
point.
how to read an analog clock.
All I'm saying is if Grimfoot goes to the bathroom, Azra's definitely gonna fuck with that clock.
However, if you're going back up to your room, you all just kind of open the door, and you see, like, a sleeping Barrig there on the couch. However, hanging from the chandelier is now a giant cocoon.
She's sleeping.
And you just kind of see, like, various strips of, like, silk that's just kind of draped off, just kind of holding her up in addition to being attached to other parts of, like, the ceiling and the ground.
They're really going to question what we did in this room.
You have to clean it up.
We have a Minotaur. Why would you question anything?
Why the fuck is that the standard?
Because you're unpredictable? By nature?
Yes, we blame the silk on the ceiling on the Minotaur.
We told you
I
to
mean-
keep a person distracted, and you came back with not just a cannon, but a girlfriend. Unpredictable.
Good. Didn't know that.
You
I
did
mean-
not do pretty good. She talked you up until she basically demanded a date from you, and you said yes.
That I believe.
I was there, Hondo.
He's just gonna smile, thinking back to that memory. I did pretty good.
No, she rizzed you.
You somehow made her pity you enough to fall in love with you.
Then you flirted with Grimfoot disguised as her, and that was really funny.
Oh, it
Wow,
definitely
we are
was.
really just doing all the nut shots today, aren't we, guys?
I
No, we're
haven't
just
had
going over
alcohol
today.
in so long
That's right.
already, Hundor. I'm
As a
getting
living Hundor's
sober.
Sober.
I'm sober. I can be very mean right now.
Just saying, you guys missed out all the good parts of it.
All the good
Oh.
parts. All the parts where we embarrassed her and you.
And Hundor, if you really need Z to cuddle you tonight, I can make that happen.
Oh,
wild.
Grimfoot.
I'm going to. Am I still eating my food?
That's up to you.
Yeah, I'd still
Yeah.
be
It's
eating it.
a pretty big.
Very big leg. Very big leg.
Bigger than your own leg, probably.
I'm
That's
going.
like
Yeah.
a huge
Oh yeah.
category of
It's
creature,
about
if I remember right.
bigger than. It's probably close to as big as Hundor's body, which is why he can technically wield it as a weapon.
I am going to. Are we in the room yet?
Yeah.
We saw the
Uh,
I'm
cocoon.
gonna set it
Because we had the
down.
cart.
There's a
Yep.
coffee table. I'm gonna be a jackass. I'm gonna set that meat down on that coffee table.
Hey,
I'm
Hondo,
going
probably
to-
drink something to chase it down with real quick.
I am going to rip off a part of the meat. I'm gonna try to shove it into Grimfoot's face. Like into his mouth.
Hondo shoving his meat into Grimfoot's mouth?
No, guys, come on.
Can I counter by
That's
casting
wor-
polymorph
You know
on
what's
Hundor?
crazy though? That's the words you exactly said.
Yeah, I know. Main problem.
I'm gonna cast silence.
Well,
the
just
two
give
of
me
them.
a grapple check, and
Cool.
obviously Grimfoot gets acrobatics, you get athletics. I assume Grimfoot's choosing acrobatics.
Yeah.
I don't think he should choose athletics.
Also,
No, that's a -2.
Ryan, if you want me to roll to see how fast I can
22.
react, I'm gonna cast silence on them before they make too much noise.
I have my reaction I want to do too. It's just
Holy
I gotta see if you
shit.
can grab me first.
If you want to, you can.
I got
Yeah, I'm
a
casting it
23.
specifically
I
on
wanted to-
Grimfoot. because
I
he
wanted
annoys
to
us.
counter with polymorph though, so I don't know who would get it off first.
I got a 23. Holy
You
shit.
can
I
hit
beat
a
by
pretty
1.
large group of them. You can hit at least Grimfoot and Hundor both in it. Senku definitely can't be in it.
Oh, I'm only trying to hit Grimfoot.
Yeah, I assume.
I'm
But
trying to
it's
screw
kind-
him over.
You kind
His
of have
spells,
to hit.
but you have to
You have
realize
to hit Hundor in this
he
situation.
can't use verbal components to cast spells.
Yeah.
They won't make a lot of noise, and it'll be a really funny silent film.
Yeah, however, you both hit by it because Hundor, you have to be hit by it.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, what'd you roll again, Shadow?
I rolled a 23. I beat you by 1.
Holy fuck!
I rolled a 13.
So you grab Grimfoot and you take some meat off the bone and you shove it in his mouth. Grimfoot, it's in your mouth, but you don't have to chew it.
Okay, but his taste buds are still gonna get covered in it, in the spice.
Yeah. However, in that time, he gets another check.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Do I have to roll? Be 23.
I don't regret casting silence.
Enhance ability on Hundor.
Actually?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. What does enhanced ability do again?
You get advantage on the check on the ability score of my choice.
Oh
And that's gonna be that's gonna
What's
be your
the
strength.
range on enhance ability?
Oh, never mind. I can't. 'cause
Oh, I
it's
feel
touch.
bad now.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
say you would have to enter into the silence to get it.
And if you have
Hmm.
verbal components, it will not work.
But then again, could I have Jasper deliver it for me? Well, because I can still deliver the verbal, and Jasper delivers the touch. Did that work, Ryan?
That is
I'm
so...
thinking, no, I'm thinking if that actually does work, and I'm pretty sure it does, so yes.
All right.
Okay,
And do
so
that.
Grimfoot is going to act like he's about to struggle, and then as Hundor prepares to like brace for it, Grimfoot is gonna try to pour a vial down his mouth.
What do I do to counteract that?
Wait, okay, hold on. So you're pouring something in his mouth while he's holding
Yes.
your mouth. Okay, yeah, I'll allow it.
What do I do?
You get a dexterity So, Hundor, I'll say this. If you want to drop Grimfoot and break the grapple, you can pretty much completely avoid trying to get a potion dumped down your throat. Just because
But
the
then
logistics
he-
behind it would be... However, I will give you a dexterity check. And I'll give Grimfoot either a sleight of hand or a dexterity check. Whichever
so I
one
can
is
either
better.
choose to break
Oh,
away.
sleight of hand is much better.
Yeah, I thought you have a bonus, and I think that would apply.
That's
in
one of my
situations, So I think it's
proficiencies.
pretty fair. I'll give you acrobatics if you have a bonus in it.
So am I rolling the dex to break away?
No.
Oh,
You
well,
can
that's
break
fine.
away, and he can't make this check on you. However, if you want to try and hold him and, like, hold him away from you so he can't get the range... He doesn't have very long arms. To hold him away to get the range, I'll allow it if you roll better dex check.
Okay, doubtful, but let's see. What was that enhanced ability on?
It
Strength.
doesn't work because
That's
she
not-
Oh, yeah, it
would
was
have
on,
to
yeah,
get
yeah.
close enough. And she can't cast it because of silence.
Well,
So
unless it's
acrobatics?
familiar.
Or versus sleight of hand.
Welcome back. We're just
Okay.
torturing everyone.
I think that's fair.
25.
Said acrobatics.
Acrobatics, yeah. As you're
Yeah, I
kind
rolled
of
a
trying to,
20.
like,
That sucks.
push him away from you while keeping your hand on his mouth, and it's requiring a lot of stretching and movement to do so.
Yeah, no,
He's pretty nimble. He's a pretty nimble dwarf. It's like
yeah.
trying to capture a bird in a cage. It doesn't like to go in a cage.
I had gotten a dirty 20, but I heard 25, so I fail.
Something's dumped down your throat.
I'm going to quickly try to make him chew the food into his mouth and make him swallow it.
Uh,
Can I resist the potion with a con
So-
save? It works like that.
I mean, if it's what I think it is.
What if it's like a polymorph?
no, it's not a potion that transforms you.
Oh, this is even worse then.
It's just a small vial of slightly watered down poison ivy concentrate.
Oh, that's mean. Oh, you did not. Oh,
no!
oh,
Condor.
I'm so
Condor.
sorry.
Roll me a D100.
Oh, I get to finally roll a D100!
You can choose high or low here. I'll give you the choice.
It should not be enough to be serious, but
Actually,
the,
Grimfoot, roll it for me. Grimfoot, roll me a D100.
God damn it! I keep getting cockblocked by my D100.
And I want Glenn to roll the number out, and then after the number is rolled, since Joey can't see it, say high or low, Joey.
okay,
Low.
62.
Ah, shit, there's high.
I was gonna say, since you ate the Baylor and there's still like some fire down there, maybe it would have burned away, but no, Grimfoot knows how to make his potions pretty hardy. And it burned. It's even worse now.
Oh,
It was pretty bad before, and you were able to tame it because it was like normal spice in a way, but at the same time, it was just very intense spice. However, now it's like itchy too inside.
Oh god, I know that feeling all too well, especially when I inhale something that I'm allergic to. It's just you have that itch inside your throat you can't get out and want to claw your throat out.
Okay, so
Mm.
I don't know if I'm allowed to do this outside of this.
Oh god.
Am I
that
allowed
is
to rage
something
outside of combat?
Roll me a
Yeah.
Constitution saving throw first, though.
A con save first? Okay.
I don't
No.
imagine you're gonna fail it, but if you do, then maybe it's gonna make a horrible situation happen.
Okay, these dice are blessed by Gary Gygax, I think.
You're a barbarian. I hope you don't fail. this.
24.
Okay, yeah, your throat does not swell shut, so you can't breathe anymore. So you're fine.
Oh, that's even better.
It's just
Holy
that you're
It's
not
fine,
swelling.
I would have intubated.
Yeah, I imagine your party would have let you die, but you're stable and you're fine. It's nothing to worry about. However, it is very uncomfortable, and you can't get rid of it.
I'm going
Unless
to now.
you...
There's just the grin that's normally on his face just gets unnaturally wider.
However, Grimfoot, roll me a con save, since you didn't try and get the meat out of your mouth.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
gonna get spiced.
12. I have a plus wounded con save. I'm not passing.
10 fire damage. Oh wait, no, not 20 fire damage that you didn't save. 20 fire damage.
Just my fire resistance save.
Yeah,
my,
but you have
my
fire
throat.
resistance, so it is 10. That's why I lowered it down to 10. That's great.
Now, it's back to me out of curiosity. After that.
Well, so Senka and Azra, you just kind of watch this very interesting scene play out in front of you, and Grimfoot dumps something down on the horse. Are you doing, either of you doing anything? Didn't imagine so, but I might as well ask. Yeah, okay. So,
Azra
yeah.
silenced. That's what she cared about doing.
yeah,
Enjoying a silent film.
Hundor,
Yeah.
it is, I'll give you your action.
Okay, cool. I'm raging,
Okay.
and I'm gonna pin him down onto the ground, and I'm gonna force feed him whatever is in his mouth. I'm gonna make him chew it and digest it.
All right.
Down to the Morgus meat.
You. Well, I'm gonna have you roll another check.
Okay, fine.
I'm
Which
gonna
one?
give you an acrobatics check. Except you have advantage on this check, because you're raging, obviously.
Oh, thank God I raged. Holy shit, that was bad. Okay. Sorry. How does a 26 sound?
16.
You pin him to the ground. And you force feed him more meat.
After that, he will let him go. And then he's gonna like itch his throat, trying to get rid of the feeling, and then he'll drop his rage because what's he gonna rage on next?
Condor's just trying to get
You're
rid of
kind of like feeling it as you're raging. It feels like a little bit lessened. However, as soon as
It's
the
gonna
rage
keep
dies
beating
down,
it.
it's like just horrible again.
Grimfoot is just going to stare at you, Hundor.
Oh,
Then he's going to open his mouth, and you just watch as the entirety of the food is slowly pushed out.
I'm gonna walk up and jam my hand in front of his face.
If you want to engage another grapple check, roll me an athletics, and then roll me an acrobatics. They're going back for round 2, it
22.
seems like.
I'm not releasing the silence for a reason.
Just be glad you can't hear the sounds he's making right now.
I got a 27.
There's a reason she chose this.
You grab him again and you cover his mouth.
I'm
You
just
don't
sitting
let him
there now.
regurgitate it like a bird.
It is literally in his nature to be
I
able
know.
to do it.
But Hundar is holding on to him.
Grimfoot's gonna reach down and grab another vial.
Oh my god, not again.
Lecter's gonna walk over, grab a bottle of alcohol, and just sit back down and enjoy the show.
Okay,
He's-
well, since
He's gonna
you
hold it with his cork on the hand, glaring at Hundor.
Can I hold down his hand?
huh?
He's not throwing it at you.
Your
or anything.
your action is to hold the food over Grimfoot's mouth. I will then say it's then Grimfoot's action, where then he would get to do something. And if he's not doing something to you, he's just holding the cork in a very threatening manner,
I'm
as I
holding-
assume a
what's
held
more
action
menacing-
of sorts.
What's more menacing is this is a clear liquid. Something that is not normally a Grimfoot thing.
This looks like purified water.
And he's holding it ready. I'm holding it to throw it in his face if he does not let me go.
Okay, that is your held action.
Gonna look at him. And you kind of see something wash over Hundar, and then he'll let you go.
The moment your hand moves, the food just comes out fully.
He's moving his hand away quickly.
As Rincent, you just see Grimfoot regurgitate the food onto the floor.
Yeah.
Wasting good melee means.
Just taking a big
However,
swig.
it's still painful, Grimfoot, but it's not
Mhm.
lasting as much.
And you just see a silent cackle from a Grimfoot.
Wonder
You
if birds
will,
can even
Like,
hack spice.
He, in one hand, he's holding out his hand to help you up,
he'll pull himself up
and
and then
then
start walking out of the silence.
Hundar is walking next to you, and he holds out 500 gold to you.
Keep it. That was entertaining. By the way, I can't believe you chickened out over alchemy water.
So,
That's a good one.
Uh,
That's a good
it's
one.
absolutely up to Grimfoot if this is the case. However, birds can't taste spice. And I
Oh,
didn't know
oh.
that. They can't
I didn't know
taste
that either.
the,
None of us
they
do
can't taste the chemical that affects it. The, what is it? Capsaicin?
that.
So there was fire on it, so that's would have been the fire damage. However, Grimfoot, there is no lasting thing unless you want Grimfoot to taste spice.
I mean, if there was no lasting thing, he would have swallowed it.
Okay.
It would have just been the initial burn that he did not like.
I was wondering that because I was thinking about because some animals can't.
Yeah,
taste
some animals can't taste
I wasn't sure
spice.
birds were one of them, or owls.
No, I like the idea that he just has no idea what spice is. Like, he knows how people react to it, but he
If
himself
you
does
keep the
not.
food down though, you get 20 temporary hit points that last until you take damage or lose them.
Okay.
Ooh.
Hey, see, look, it was
Sorry.
a good thing that Hundar did this.
The first time you take damage or you lose. No, I'm not wording. Basically, if you fight a combat and you get hit, you're gonna lose the temporary hit points at the end of the combat. They last for combats. That's the best way to put it. There we go. That's how you say it.
I can't believe he chickened out over the fact that Grimfoot pulled out a
Dude,
clear
okay.
vial.
Pundar has seen you have some pretty heinous shit, and what would be worse than the clear vial? That's like the ultimate deception, and you used it in your favor.
That is true. If Grimfoot does eventually give you a potion that is clear, you should be afraid.
Exactly, that's why he let you go.
That means that the magic had to have been purified in some way. It means it wasn't purified before, so what is it from?
Once, wait, no, I am the silence, aren't I?
I could have put the rotting troll gunk down your throat.
I think you should have done that
Really?
one. I think
Really
it would have
glad
been
you
funny.
did that. Would have definitely been more suitable considering it's
Ryan's
something
not
from an
happy.
animal.
No, I'm thinking about how old that troll is.
How old
Over
it
a year
is, and
now.
also what type of
Been-
con I'd have to make to not die.
It's been
from
dead
it.
for over a year now.
Yeah, that's
probably
like
even a
that's like
vial.
runny troll gun. It's like almost a full liquid at this point.
Yeah.
Also,
A very sludgy liquid, but still liquid.
You
Did I
see,
get-
some people use like centrifuges to purify it by spinning it. Grimfoot just lets it age and lets all the matter collect at the top, so that the
Scrape it
pure
off.
liquids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scrape
So-
off the top, drink it up. It's all good.
I'm going to ignore what I just heard, and I'm going to ask a question now. Did I get dirty at all through that? Or wait, no, he didn't spit it up, so I didn't get dirty.
No.
No.
Okay, so Pundar's gonna walk over to the rest of the meat, cut off like 2 chunks of it, put them on some plates, and then hand one to Azra, or offer it up to Azra and Senka alike.
It is pretty good. I don't like stuff forced down my throat.
Wow, that was the first time I heard less of that type of joke.
I think we'll take it. Mm-hmm.
It does make you feel more hardy.
You take 14 fire
Oh
damage.
my gosh.
You take 14 fire damage, and Senka, you're dead, but you can still taste stuff. And this is definitely reminding you of what it was like to be alive, and the pain that brought. And the normally pale elf vampire is now pretty red in the face and sweating.
Not just naturally, you couldn't. This food is defying nature.
Makes me feel alive. Truly. Oh,
And for you, Ezra?
No.
Sorry, I
Yes,
didn't-
See
I
this
get that.
bottle in my hand? That is all I want right now.
I will say though, Azra, since you're able to breathe fire,
I don't
Listen,
really
I
think-
it might not
Same amount
burn
that
as
they
much
eat.
going down.
I see
I
no
don't think
bottle.
he's interested.
I just want to drink and not care about anything else. Because I don't have enough time to drink everything I want.
There
to
will
staff.
be after we get out.
Glares at Grimfoot.
I mean, I'm not going to deny a celebratory drinking. I'm not that rude. We just need you in a good enough mindset when we're doing things here.
I have been capable this whole time.
Sure. And Hondor's our fearless leader.
Yeah, sure. Once I'm dead.
At this rate, I'm more like a mascot.
Not happening.
I mean, it could, especially with what we're about to do.
It's not happening.
We're
We
gonna
might be
focus
able
on-
to put it out there, but let's be honest, we're pretty fucking stubborn people.
You're gonna go in there, get your sibling,
You're not a kitten.
get out, and well, not even depending, just whatever happens in between, we'll deal with it.
Ezra, I know you're gonna find a way to make this into a smart-ass comment, but
Aw, he knows me so well.
would you prefer us to not care and let you die, or to care and at least make sure you get out?
As we're gonna just
Surrender.
drink her bottle and not say anything.
I guess if you are wanting to become a martyr, at least you'll be a martyr among your friends.
See, Hundo, we already
She's
reached
going to
consensus
live,
that,
Hundo. She doesn't get a choice.
I'm not saying she did. I'm just saying if that's the way she wants to think about it, at least she'll die in the company of people that care. Rather
And,
than...
You focus on not making that hair of yours wilt in that vial.
not going to.
Mm-hmm.
I will also say, Hundor, we already reached the consensus that no one's gonna die. If we get caught, we're getting enslaved.
That as well. All of us are far too valuable to kill.
Mm-hmm. A pet witch, my ransom, powerful labor, and a queen.
The amount he could possibly see to gain by getting you, Senka.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
If he realized just the treasure hoard that he would get.
Either way.
Azra as well.
It doesn't matter if the executioner is slavery or death. Still.
No, if anything, slavery's easier because then we just have to make a new plan and come and break you out. We can totally do it twice if we've done it once.
This isn't Kaya Parika, fuck off!
I'm sorry, we need the left shoe, Ryan. It's plain and simple.
I understand. If you want to break someone else out, you can. Do you want to willingly come back to the cell hall? Hey!
How is that gonna stop us?
Hey!
I'm gonna keep this short, but thank you all.
Oh, no, do you still have that jar of earth tar I gave you?
He pulls it out.
Heck, I still have the one you gave me, Bigfoot.
I need to stop giving people all my earth tar. I don't know how to make it.
Well, once we get another jar of it, how about you try to reverse reverse engineer it.
I have another jar of it.
Then I'm saying we get a bonus one in case, I imagine, trying to learn it fucks it up.
Yeah, and then I just make it then.
But then what if you don't have the ingredients? I'm just saying, once we get another one of it,
I'm not going to have the ingredients. I need to know the ingredient. But I'm just saying, it might come in handy with this, with what we're planning to do tomorrow.
That is true.
It hardens your skin and makes you slightly more, durable.
Resistant.
If I remember right, it just gives you like a +1 to your AC.
Plus 2 to your AC.
It's
Yeah, I was
2?
gonna say
Okay.
+2.
I knew it was a bonus to AC.
It's plus
because,
2, but prolonged use will cause the skin to permanently affixed like that. And your
Yeah.
natural AC would then be 12. However, I'm also going to say, if you're under the effects of the Earth Tar, the heat of this city will not affect you for exhaustion.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This is a drug I
However,
stole
like, the
in,
odds of you taking it and that affecting you in this case, because I believe how long did I say it lasted? Do you have how long the duration is? Or have to
I actually
It's
don't.
an hour.
I know we know the
can
effects, but
try
I don't
to
think
look.
you're ever.
No, I
But-
think that's the one I made 8 hours.
It was quite a long time, because I remember Revius was affected by it for quite a bit.
It's a D4 hours.
1d4 hours?
I don't even remember if I told you that. That might have been the side effect of it that I didn't tell you, but it's 1d4 hours.
Ah, fair enough.
Yeah. Because, I stole this back in, like, the 3rd session of the campaign. I took,
Yeah.
like, an entire box of it. And I'm down to 1 jar myself.
Didn't one box only have like 6 in it?
I think it was, like... I think it was just a small box of 4 jars.
Ah. Then yeah, we've only
Probably.
used 1 jar. Yeah.
Because Revius got 1, Hondor got 1, and you have 1, and then I have 1. That's 4. I think that's where all 4 of ours went. Never forget about the drugs your DM gives you.
It's.
You
Where's
never
the
know
spice?
when...
Where's the spice? Come on.
Yeah.
You guys can use that for the sorcery
I think
points.
I
right now.
still have.
Oh god. Hey, it wouldn't actually be bad for Grimfoot to get something like that and have like
Yeah.
one
I still
nice little
have.
meta
Yeah,
magic there.
Yeah, I still have a satchel of purple suit.
You've got fucking sued.
His name is Sood.
Yeah.
It was called Sood actually. So
Yeah,
yeah, the name of the spice was called Sood.
I forgot you got that.
hmm I don't remember what the purple variant did, but I've got purple suit.
That
Oh,
was.
It was a mixture of 2.
It was red and blue together.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ah, yeah. So it has both their effects, but also has a double chance of activating their
you-
negative side effects.
Because you decided to mix drugs.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing to do. It's just, not something
Yeah,
you should
be
do all
careful.
the time.
Side effects, man.
Exactly, Autumn.
Now
Never forget the drugs your DM gives you.
mix the purple suit with some earth tar, then take it.
Oh, God. We're just
Ryan's
create
just
the
like,
ultimate drug
overdose.
dominant.
How'd your party die? Overdose.
Overdose of what? Yes.
Yes.
They took them all at once.
Right before the 20th level fight, during their Heroes Feast, they decided to do everything they had in the bags of gold. They then died, and we never got to continue the fight.
God, that would be a pretty sad way to go.
So, our
Except
plans
then
to
the gods
break
revived
it.
them all.
Our plans to break it. Find her sibling. Maybe lighten the coffers of the vault a little. And quite possibly fight a squire.
Right.
if we see this as the only day advantageous to make a move, he is gonna see it the exact same way. I think we've got a brilliant plan. There's not too many steps, meaning we have a lot less room to go wrong. We go in, we do what we need to do, we get out. Work complete. We can't fuck up if we don't make a more detailed plan.
Azur, who's still halfway through a bottle, not hearing a word anymore.
Oh yeah. He knows you're gonna just do what you want to do anyways. Plus, he's prepping you because he is fully expecting that squire to be there. Let her drink her worries away for one night. It might be her last.
She's hoping for her last. I am not. I want to see her suffer more.
Jesus Christ.
Here's my fear.
I don't want to see her get better. I want to see her
Here's
suffer.
my fear. She has met the Black Dragon Knight, or at least seen him.
Yeah.
She is very likely one of the only people that could possibly get access to having a chance of freeing him. Meaning she is a very valuable pawn to Tiamat if Tiamat has realized this. Which, if he saw her, then Tiamat probably knows she saw him.
He's making this so complicated.
No, I'm just pointing out you're a very valuable pawn, and they'd very likely turn towards you in a heartbeat if they realize who you are. Plus, you also have the same connection to certain deities, except you're older and much more capable of controlling it. Although the younger sibling could be taught at a younger age, which would then lead to a stronger connection. You never know. Ezra's fucked.
Could be any amount of.
Let me die!
Grimpa just summed up pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, if anyone didn't like that motivational speech of
I loved it. It was perfect. It all resulted in just let me die.
honestly, certain people might say that if they get their hands on you, killing you is better than trying to save you.
They'd be right.
We're not those people, though. And sadly, we all have a death wish sometimes. I just believe we won't die. I have confidence in our stubbornness. If we outran Senka's father, we could do a lot more than people can give us credit for.
Oh, I hate you, Grimfoot.
For being right, or for just constantly pointing out all of our failings?
For not shutting up.
Well, the bard's being quiet, so someone has to talk. And Sappy Hundor's already kind of talked himself.
I literally just said thanks. Didn't really want to sap any more than that.
You know what? I'm gonna hold my tongue. It's not worth it.
By
It's
the
not
way,
worth
that
it.
that poison ivy burns going out like it did going in as well. You
Not
might have a
surprised.
rash.
Great.
Also, other symptoms are vomiting and diarrhea.
As slamming back the rest of that bottle, she does not need to even hear what else is going on.
Don't worry, it wasn't enough to be fatal, though. No, it'd take much more than a small vial to be fatal to you.
Let
I'm
me
glad
die. Let me die.
I also now need to go find some poison ivy and extract it and
I hate
concentrate it
you
again.
all. I hate you all so much.
We love you too, Azra. Gripfoot's gonna fight, actually, I know.
I hope
Gripfoot's
Tessa
gonna-
cuts her bond with you for the rest of today and does not talk to you and simply ignores you and chooses not to be anywhere near you.
It's not even in this play.
Well, you kept summoning her back every time we went somewhere cold, so...
True. However, Undor, can I have one of your bottles? Azra bought like 3 bottles of booze. They're
You
in
want
your
alcohol?
bag.
Oh, you're right. Go pull him out.
Let's just go take one and drink.
Facts. Profile whiskey.
Senka's throwing back the rest of her bottle.
Azra's definitely kicking the end of Grimfoot's bottle to make him have to drink more and or choke on it.
Azra gonna make Grimfoot deep throat his bottle.
Yeah, pretty much. He's capable, he's a bird.
Yeah.
Right!
How does that? How does that affect that?
Because they're much more like
Actually,
snakes.
you know what? Mordecai could slam back some cold ones pretty fast, so I guess you got me there.
As well as, Ryan's gonna hate me for doing this. But if you think about the fact a bird can regurgitate, I'm certain they'd make good deep throaters. Different
there we
muscles
go,
move
throat
differently,
control.
that's all I'm saying.
Not gonna think about that.
I don't even think birds have like a gag reflex. Unless they choose to use it.
Not gonna think about it being an oral fleshlight.
I mean, the more you compare it to a bird, the more you have to realize
All I'm
that
saying, Ryan, is I didn't make it worse. I stopped.
I know, yeah, you stopped, and then they made it worse. They kept impound. You know,
all I'm saying is
Let's
the
talk
more we
about
compare
pounding.
him anatomically to a bird, it would mean that he has a cloaca.
Mm,
We're back to this conversation.
Man, we're really hooked on Grimfoot's cloaca now, aren't we?
I think Glud's more hooked on it since he keeps bringing it up.
To be fair, Undor's the only person who's seen it, and he's seen it plenty of times.
Mm,
He's only seen it once.
Once is plenty.
Once is
too
more
much.
than any mortal should ever see.
What are you talking about? Undor's gonna ascend to godhood of stupidity.
No. That's how you descend to madness. Grimfoot's balls are just a gateway to pandemonium.
Oh my god, I'm gonna ignore that.
yeah.
just
On
said
that
limbo,
note,
and then
on
they
that note, with the party sitting around and drinking the night away, I think that's where we're gonna end session tonight.
Actual twinkle
With
in his
Grimfoot's
eye.
balls of pandemonium.
Gods,
If you
kill
put your
me.
ear up to them like a seashell, you can hear the howling winds.
I'm really glad you didn't say sloshing instead. That would have
No, pandemonium is literally maddening winds.
Yeah.
God, what is wrong with us?
If you want sloshing, then you're gonna want the sloshing of blood from Acheron.
Holy fuck. I don't think we've
Fuck
ever
yes.
had more flashbangs in a campaign.
Man, you guys using those weird balls? Just use a Pokeball.
Calm down there, Lee.
I get my payback Wednesday. I get my payback Wednesday.
Maybe.
We're not having
Maybe.
Wednesday, remember?
Oh, we're not? Okay, well, you know what? Maybe I won't be getting it. It's gonna pay back 2 weeks from now.
I mean,
I mean,
it's my session next. Although it's really hard for you to
It's
do
more I
anything
just
like
wanted
that
to
as
have
you
a conversation with Joey, and
Well,
now
the
that
only-
session is ended, I can have a conversation with Joey. And it's the matter of, Joey, do you plan to host your session next week?
Not this coming up week.
This coming up week would technically be mine. Are
Yeah, I
you
know.
planning to host yours next week?
I'm gonna try.
Okay, because I was gonna say, if you weren't planning to, I was gonna ask if I would have next week. But if you're planning to, then it doesn't matter.
You're basically
I mean-
offering if you want to take an extra week to make sure you have everything on your computer you need.
Yeah, well, I do next week's instead of this week, since we'll be down Cam, who's doing important health stuff.
You know what? That actually makes a good point, Tiff. Can we make a compromise?
What's your
Can we
compromise?
both work on our campaigns, and if I fall through,
He's ready.
we can still do yours?
That's fine. That works for me.
Okay, well, let's do that then. Because I
Let's
don't
see.
want to.
Autumn, you'll
Based
notice
on-
new
based
chat
on your
point
schedule.
things.
Ooh,
Glenn instantly goes to look.
I have 39,000. Oh
Take
yes.
some water.
Wait,
Oh no. You put
So
a
if you gotta
random
take
fact
3
about yourself
drinks of
on
water.
No water.
I'm not going downstairs and waking up the dogs to get actual water.
I'm fine with that.
No
What do you mean?
hydration.
That's orange water.
It got
It is when it's sugar-free.
It gives you lots of electrolytes.
electrolytes.
It's still healthier. Random fact.
Random
about
fact about myself. Okay. Typically there's a question, but since Cam didn't, Cam knows a lot about me. I'll give a random one that I know Cam wouldn't know. I
Oh.
can do a 4-leaf clover with my tongue.
I knew that.
Ooh.
You people in stream can't see it, but if you don't know what doing a 4-leaf clover with the tongue, you'll have to look it up. But I can do a 4-leaf clover with my tongue.
I've tried. I can't do it.
It's a
It's
most
not an
people
easy thing.
say that it is a genetic thing. I originally could not do it. I had to practice it over and over, and I taught my muscles how to do it. Some people can do it by natural. I say it's something you see. You can fold it. I can fold it too. I know a person who can reverse fold their tongue. So instead of like hot dog rolling it, do it the other way.
Ugh.
Wait, like hamburger?
No, like rolling it down.
Like
Downward?
flipping it downward.
Oh.
You can reverse it too. That's so sick. I wish I could do that. I can't. I can only do one way.
I wish I could, for the sole fact if I would use it for DnD with my camera on.
So there's your random fact.
Oh,
Most
I
people
feel
don't know
bad
that
for
one.
the people who randomly tune into your stream and have to listen to me talk as Griffin.
Joey
and
wants another
describe
fact.
something.
Another fact. Another random fact that people don't know. Let's see.
No, that's gonna make it stay. That's the point.
I would be okay if I knew it, but nobody else knew it. But that's very
Something
unlikely.
you don't know in specific?
No, like it just to give people in chat some more information. I guess I don't care if I know it or not.
Something you don't know that I know about myself.
Got elbows.
Hate you, what?
I've literally hugged the girl. Of course, I know she has fucking elbows.
Are you sure?
Oh
Positive.
my god.
Did you touch her weenus?
What? No, never
Good,
in
I-
a million years.
Good.
I hate you all so much.
Man, he's never
Ooh,
gonna
Here's a
You,
fun
you ever
one.
you ever twist your weenus before? You ever twist it?
I have.
Um,
Okay.
here's a fun one that none of you guys are gonna know. Here's how much of a nerd I was in school. When I was in 5th grade, I had a 3.0 GPA average, and I was very proud of that factor in 5th grade. And there was a kid in my class named Ryan Pickrell. Ryan Pickrell was my homie, man.
Ryan, you were there?
Fucking Ryans.
Ryans are good people.
But Ryan Pickrell, this myth, this man, this absolute legend, a goat, he and I would have competitions because he had a 3.9. And I mean, this kid was smarter than smart. It was disgusting. And he typically did better in a lot of subjects where I did slightly worse, but the one thing I could beat him in without a shadow of a doubt is we would do races in the middle of class to finish our math homework. And without a shadow of a doubt, I almost beat him every single time with less mistakes and faster time. There's what a nerd I am. I had races to complete my math homework with one of my friends. Oh, that was a good one. I like that
I
fact.
see where all of the intelligence of the hive mind went to. Didn't spare it. Didn't throw it out.
I'm sorry that he sapped up your intelligence in hive mind.
Nah, it's fine. He's probably gonna do more with it.
I hope so. He went to Century though, so I don't know. I don't know where he ended up. He literally lives, like, I could walk to his house right now.
If he still lives.
I don't know. I don't think he ever really got into social media, so I don't have him on
Now
anything.
she's gonna try to go stalker.
Don't make me go stalk. I'm good at it. It also wouldn't be that hard
I would
considering I know
know.
where he lives. My parents know his parents. It would not be hard.
Oh,
Give me
poor
a harder
Hundo,
one.
man.
Or me.
Shadow,
What?
why did you have to make me use
I'm
the
gonna
poison
head out.
ivy extract?
I'm gonna head
Because
out.
I wanted
Later.
to have fun.
See you, Cam.
Bye, Cameron.
Yep.
I gotta say, I'll stop listening to this wonderful camel drivers at sunset.
Yeah, it was a pretty good song.
Yeah,
I
it-
enjoyed
it-
the
Fuck
music list.
Why did I do
Okay.
this?
Yeah, it's a test
What'd
in
you
the
do?
park.
What? Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
This in the park.
What is this?
This
Game.
man started an activity.
Playing chess, man.
Random, I guess?
Thanks. We're wrapping up. It's good. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks to anyone else who stopped in. I will see you guys tomorrow for tomorrow's stream. It might... I don't remember the time I have it set up on Discord, but I have PT tomorrow. But it'll be after PT. But... Autumn, Joey, are we playing, like, Hunt or something? What are we doing?
Probably Hunt. Me,
Hunt,
you, and
okay.
Glenn.
Okay,
Unless
we're
he-
doing
un-
we're doing Hunt.
Unless
Got
he
it.
dips because Autumn's already.
You see me tomorrow? If you come in my chat, I'll see you tomorrow. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot you finished your weekly. I'll get you, cause I know you're gonna redo my emotes for me, Autumn. I'll get you those arts tomorrow,
Yeah, then we
cause my
also play
mom's already
chess
asleep
with
with the iPad, and I don't want to wake my grandmother up. It's bad enough she screams in the middle of the night. I don't need to wake up a woman who doesn't mentally function.
Hopefully it's a hunt giveth kind of day tomorrow.
By the way, Rain, I live with my parents still. I help my mom out a lot. Both my dad and my grandmother have dementia, and I help her take care of them as well as the farm. So, you might on occasion hear my grandmother come in and say some really funny things and some really sweet things. She's absolutely wonderful. Everyone here constantly is like, she's so cute! Minus Ryan. Ryan doesn't care.
What? Damn. Okay.
Damn, brother.
Damn.
Ayo!
Fucking drop them.
Well, I just have to mess with Ryan. If, like, it's just a necessity at this rate. However, I will
Yeah, actually, I didn't.
see y'all tomorrow.
See ya.
Most likely. Not you guys. You guys will still be here. Just trying to end Twitch.
I don't know. I want to be included.